The only question I have is why? There's nothing I despise more than someone coming along and trying to make a quick buck from this industry and destroy work that so many people have put into this, so many people have given up everything for. And whenever I see corruption like that, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to report that. There's so many people that I've met through what I do. There's so many people I love that are just, the most amazing people that are trying to help the world, that just want to be of service, that want to make the world a better place. And for me, by exploring the subjects of consciousness or the UFO field, I'm hoping that it does that. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Listen, I've had my own UFO experience, right? And I've said on my previous vlog, which I'll put in the description below about my UFO experience, that, did I make it up? Was it the way it was? I don't know. I have no idea. But I did see something that day, and it was something that I don't understand it, but it was something that's out of my reality, if you know what I mean. So I get a lot of good UFO researchers on who have spent years in this field. But my biggest passion is not the UFO side, even though it's important, it's not. My biggest passion is consciousness and trying to bring about a shift in the world, through consciousness. Because in my lifetime, ET's never going to come knocking on the door if it does exist. It's too spiritually advanced for that. It won't do that, and it would never shove its truth onto us. So, the ET field, yeah, I'll always cover it, but my main focus is spirituality and consciousness. It always will be, it is right now. And, for me to come out to say that I channel is such a big thing, right? It's taken me so much balls, and I know others as well, to do that because it's so on the fringe. And I've questioned it all the time. When I say that I'm bringing through Edgar Casey, don't think that I don't question it. I ain't no goody-goody two-shoes. I've lived a past, I've done things I'm not proud of, but I'm trying right now to be the best that I can be. That's what I'm doing. So, a few days ago, I had this guy called John TiTOR that came onto my show. Now, just to give you a context, prior to getting him on, I was so angry that he was coming onto my show when I realised the story. I booked him on, right? Not knowing the backstory at all. I just thought, oh, it's the John TiTOR story. That would be interesting to get someone on for that. There was something in me that got really, really angry. And I kept it cool within the interview as best I could do. But even before I released the video as well, I was really pumped up and angry about it, as though I was going against all my moral fibre to put this video on to my channel. Now, I put the video on my channel because I thought it would, okay, just do it, it'll get you a few clicks, it will help you out with traffic, and that was completely the wrong reason for doing it. But I'm being deadly honest about why I did it as well. I do a lot of interviews where I put a lot of time into it and I get nothing back for it. But that's just the name of the game. It's more important for me to put the content out there than it is for money or any other gains. I'm not saying money's not an important thing, because I'm about to launch a psychic service, and with no attachment to the outcome, I'm hoping it's going to do all right, and I'd use that money to put into my international spiritual news network. But as I was saying, I went against all my moral fibre to put this guy on, and there was part of me that wanted to believe him that he was a time traveller, but it just felt so wrong, yeah. And when you're trying to keep your channel to a level, there's a reason why other UFO investigators didn't take this guy credibly. And you know what, by me putting him on my channel, it just dilutes any of the good work that I've been working so hard to do, and I hate myself for that. A day after I released the video, John contacted me and said, you know, look, I've got some proof, because I know kind of we were having this disagreement offline, to say that, you know, look, I like you, but I don't believe you. And he sent me some images and pictures to try to prove himself to me. And these were images or pictures that you could get anywhere on the internet. And I said back to him, I said, John, I think the story's fake. I don't believe you. Because what you've sent me is just a load of rubbish. So last night, I'm working away editing a show, and this guy, who I'm not going to name right now, I will name if he wants me to name him, but this guy approaches me and just tells me he's a subscriber, and, you know, just speaking to me about general stuff. And, you know, I had to get going, and just politely I said, look, you know, I'll catch you soon, it's been nice to chat to you, because I'll never say, you know, that I won't speak to anyone, because I appreciate someone taking the time to watch my videos, and I appreciate them being a subscriber, and if I can take the time to speak to someone out of courtesy and being nice and kind, well, of course I'm going to. So at the end of this conversation, this guy turns around and said, listen, that guy you had on as John TiTOR, here's a name for you. Go check him out, do the research yourself, and you'll find out this is not the guy you think he is. So when I put crap out on my channel like John TiTOR, well, particularly this guy, John TiTOR II, it shits all over everything that I'm trying to do, and it shits all over all the people that have come onto my channel to try to tell their truth with truthfulness, with integrity, and with love. So I know this is going to affect the book sales of John TiTOR, or Disclosure, that's what the book's called. I know this is going to affect Jason Quit, and I do feel bad about that. And, you know, I might lose quite a few subscribers from releasing such a video, because there'll be those people that really do believe in this story. But let me just tell you what I found out. So, this guy comes to me last night, and just before he leaves me, he says, check out this name, and then he disappears. Now, when I checked out this guy, I couldn't believe it was the same man who called himself John TiTOR, or John TiTOR, and shit, there he was on Facebook as someone completely different. He had friends, and I thought, well, why not just speak to one of his friends? Why not just see, is this Facebook profile page a complete hash job where it's, you know, it's been set up to protect John, or has this Facebook page, is it the real genuine thing? So I spoke to one of his friends, and I basically said to her, if memory serves correct, I said to her, hi, you know, I'm trying to find out, do you know this guy called Dana? I think his name's Dana, or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. And she's like, well, why do you want to know if I know him? And I sent her the video, the interview that I did with John, and it went quiet. And then about half an hour later, I get a phone call from John TiTOR, or John TiTOR. Now, I really wish that I'd recorded the Skype conversation I had with him. I kept my camera off. Now, this is all through memory, so my memory's not great. I know it was only last night. But when he comes on Skype, he says, I understand you're investigating me, looking into me. And I said, well, someone that I know might be. Of course, it was me. And he says, I suggest that you stop it straight away. This is a cover to help protect me. That's why it's in place. And then he threatened me that if I didn't stop looking into him, that there would be ramifications. And that's where I lost my ginger temper, I swear to God. Ginger rage happened after that. And I hate being threatened. But the thing is, right, when he came on Skype, he was a different character. He was a lot more serious, a lot more focused, a lot sharper than the kind of like dopey kind of or laid back kind of attitude that he had on the interview that I did with him. And I was like, well, I was just shocked. And then basically, you know, he said, are you going to mess with me? And I turned around to him, I said, yeah, I'm you. And I said that out of anger, mostly. And then he basically threatened me again, and I thought, put the phone down. Put the Skype connection down. You're not going to get nowhere here. And he's not going to come clean. And this guy is psychopathic. Then what happened was, as soon as I had that phone conversation with him, his Facebook profile for Dana went down. His Facebook profile for John TiTOR went down, which had a lot of members on. And I was like, oh, right. Well, there's some truth in this. This guy is not a disinformant. He's not the real thing whatsoever. He's just a con job. That's all he is. And the real shame about anything like this is that, you see, by me putting him on my channel, I dilute any of the good stuff that's on there. By me not coming out with this video, I dilute anything that I'm trying to do in the now or future moment, because it craps all over my channel and the people who trusted to come onto my channel that I would represent them in the right way. As I say, I'm not trying to be some angelic person. I've got a past. I've done lots of things wrong. I'm not a great person sometimes, but you know, I'm not trying to paint myself as someone that's amazing, but I care so much about my channel, about the work that I put into it, and about the people who have come on there so far. I care about the people and the viewers. I care about the friggin' viewers that are watching this and are getting sucked in to disinformation or just false hoaxes. I hate that stuff. And so you'll find lots of articles when you type this guy's name in the full name into YouTube. You know, they're coming up on the screen right now. I mean, here's an email that I got from him last night. I am taking such legal steps against you as necessary. Please do not attempt to contact my friends or associates in attempt to investigate or otherwise harass me. If you do not agree with my narrative, that is fine. You may shout it from the rooftops, and that is your right. Do not contact my friends, associates, or family. Well, John TiTOR, that's funny that you've got family members when you were supposed to be a clone. But I guess that's why when Linda Moulton Howe interviewed you, even she said at the end of the interview she didn't believe it. I mean, you even went on to Coast and told your bullshit on there. Oh, God. My God, and I think to myself, how many other people in this field are doing it for the wrong reasons, are doing it because they're deluded, or they're doing it because they just want the fame? I mean, what fame is it? I mean, now, I don't know what this guy's going to do. I'm sure Dana is going to come after me pretty heavy right now for exposing him. All I would say is in a nice way. I ain't some goody two-shoes. I'm a guy that you push too far, and I'm going to say stuff that I wouldn't normally say, but we've all got a limit. We've all got a limit. I just feel sorry for even Bob, the chap that passed away, the UFO investigator that passed away, who I dedicated my show to. Bob wasn't taken out for bringing this information out. Oh my God, what a load of rubbish. Bob died of natural causes, and God bless Bob, he was a lovely guy. And if he was here right now, I would have gone straight to Bob, because he was one of those guys that you could have, I felt, it was like that grandfather figure, do you know what I mean, that you could have spoken to and everything would have made sense, and he would have made sense of it in the end. But he was taken in by this rubbish as well. That doesn't make him a bad person. And for those who still believe in the John TiTOR story, that I'm just a troll or whatever I may be, whatever you're going to call me, just think about it, guys. Think about the space I'm coming from right now, and just the projection that I'm doing on camera right now. I mean, am I lying? I could be. But it's a pretty good lie, isn't it? And actually, you know what? It's actually the truth. This is exactly what happened. And if I'm going to do an international spiritual news network, there's got to be some clarity in the moment now. And it's not about the past, it's about right now. And right now, this is the clarity, this is the truth. And yeah. Anyway, this has put me in a really bad mood. But I'm doing it because I really care about the people that have come on my show. I really care about the people that will come on my show, and I really care about my audience that take away so much from this. And, you know, but I'm just saying, from my experience, if there's anything from this, always listen to your gut feeling. It never lets you down. And the one thing I didn't want to come across in this video is to be like a grass. Do you know what I mean? Or if John had been ripping off corporations, I wouldn't care, right? Whatever. Do what you want to do. Oh, if I found out information about John's past that was iffy, it's not for me to discuss that, really, is it? But when you come on and spread your bullshit on my channel on subjects that are so delicate, that are so fine balanced, that people are trying to do their best and spread some truth about the nature of the reality of who we are and where we're going to, I can't not expose that. Sorry, I can't not. That's it. This is not the vlog I really wanted to do. It is what it is. All I'm going to say is, look, be good to yourself, be good to each other. You're amazing, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.